In 1963, American International Pictures had a surprise hit on their hands with the film Beach Party. It's now credited with creating the beach party subgenre of teensploitation films. And because it was a hit, they went on to do numerous sequels, and other production companies joined in on the fun, and between 1963 and 1968, dozens of beach party movies hit the theaters. This week I'm going to take a look at one of the last ones to hit theaters because Sid Haig is in it and he plays a character called Daddy. Oh, Daddy. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm taking a look at It's a Bikini World from 1967. Well, 67 was when it was released, it was filmed in 1965. This film comes to us from director Stephanie Rothman, who was the only woman to direct a beach party film. Rothman is one of the directors to emerge from under Roger Corman's wing, and she's familiar to exploitation fans as the director of Terminal Island and Group Marriage, which I talked about a few years ago. If you aren't familiar with the Beach Party movie, these are light and silly teensploitation films that have storylines that revolve around teen love, surfing, skateboarding, dancing, cool cars, and so on. You know, 60s teen stuff. But nothing lewd. These are rather innocent films. In fact, the director of Beach Party, the first Beach Party movie, William Asher, said, "The key to these pictures is lots of flesh, but no sex. It's all good, clean fun. No hearts are broken, and virginity prevails." Sounds like the opposite of what I normally talk about on this channel, but let's see what Stephanie Rothman did on the beach. After some fun credits, we open on a beach.
I mean, do you believe that?
I'm shocked.
This guy, Mike, takes an interest in this gal, Delilah. I'm not sure what drew his attention to her in particular, since everyone on this beach is hot in that 1960s way, which is to say they're all skinny. But Delilah ain't having his advances.
There's a vacancy.
There sure is, right between your ears.
Sometime later, this Poindexter, Herbert, shows up and Delilah does take an interest in him, but she thinks he looks a lot like Mike. I wonder why. Well, Herbert explains that he's Mike's brother, and Delilah believes him.
Clever girl.
Our new couple go on some dates. It's the 60s, so they go to a swinging place, and then they check out some records. Then they go to a dance club, and there he is, Sid Haig, Daddy. He introduces a band, and then we get some music and some dancing. Some of the dancers are better than others. Then Daddy announces that there's going to be a skateboard race. There's some sort of subplot involving a magazine trying to get off the ground, and Daddy is helping them in exchange for them featuring his products in the magazine. It doesn't really matter. Delilah wants to enter the race so she can beat Mike, and Herbert has mixed feelings about this for obvious reasons. The big race comes, complete with stupid cake jokes and stupid glass jokes. After the race, we get one of the movie's highlights, an appearance and song from the Animals. Oh, the Animals, they're one of my favorite bands of the 1960s. In fact, they almost make my top 10 bands from the 1960s whose name starts with the list. That's not bad, considering there were a freak ton of bands whose names started with the. A freak ton.
Is that a lot?
It's plenty.
Anyway, the Animals perform We Gotta Get Out of This Place, which is a great song. Delilah and Herbert then decide to go to the movies. They pass a few movie theaters. Ooh, Laurence Olivier's Othello? Yowza, if you know, you know. Smartly, the kids decide on a theater showing Attack of the Crab Monsters and Gorgonzola. I've seen Attack of the Crab Monsters, but I have not seen Gorgonzola. I suspect it's pretty cheesy. Puns are stupid. One of Mike/Herbert's friends tags along. That actor, by the way, is Bobby Pickett, who is most famous for his song Monster Mash. If you don't know what Monster Mash is,
it was a graveyard smash.
Weirdly, despite this song being a hit at the time, it's not in this movie. In fact, Bobby Pickett does not sing in this movie at all, and maybe he was too expensive to license. Anyway, Delilah and Herbert continue to get closer.
If I tried to kiss you, would you yell for help?
Would you need help?
At the end of the film, there'll be a big cross-country race involving lots of different events. swimming, boating, skateboarding, and so on. And this sequence goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's really boring. So, will Delilah eventually figure out that her new boyfriend Herbert is also her rival Mike? And which of them will win this big cross-country race? And do we even care? Well, that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. Well, this is a cute movie full of cute people who look great in beachwear. There are also plenty of funny lines sprinkled throughout, and some of the physical gags are okay if you are a fan of that kind of humor. I'm not, but you might be. But it is fun seeing Sid Haig in a movie like this. Modern viewers will know him as Captain Spaulding from Rob Zombie's The House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. But to me, he'll always be Ralph in Spider Baby, or that thug in Coffee who just can't help but get a handful of Pam Grier. Oh, another casting highlight in this movie is Lori Williams of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill is here. Unfortunately, she's not in it very much. But aside from some nice looking and pretty cool actors and a few funny jokes, this movie is not perfect. Unlike everyone in this innocent piece of fluff, it has some shortcomings. Well, this movie's pretty stupid. Really stupid. I knew that going in, of course, and when it got started, I expected the Mike Herbert thing to get tiresome, the way those storylines always get tiresome. Luckily, that didn't happen, and it was actually handled okay. I gotta say, the only thing that really took me out of this film was the end. That whole cross-country race event was so boring, and it went on and on and on, and I kept fast-forwarding, and it kept going on. It finally ends, and then the movie itself ends in the way we expect it to. Overall, this is a dumb movie, and it's only worth watching if you think this type of childish, cartoonish humor could benefit from bikinis and dancing.